Okay, as you saw on an earlier video, I've got this Nissan D21 Hardbody, and I put a new head gasket and everything on here. New head, did a lot of work to it. Got it cranked. It actually runs pretty good at idle, but it's got no power, and the timing is off. The timing is too far retarded. So let me show you. Okay, so I've got my timing light hooked up, got it to the #1 cylinder, and I actually, it's hard to see, but I put a little dab of red paint on top dead center mark, and I need to advance it 10 degrees according to the specifications, so I put a little white mark on that. So let's crank it and see if we can time this thing. Okay, it cranks right up, idle's fine. The manual says to let it warm up for till operating temperature. I'm going to see if you can see this light down here. Let's see. I'm not sure if the camera will show this. So what you couldn't see because of the frame refresh is that you cannot get this thing timed correctly. It will not advance enough to even get on the proper mark. So what I feel is the problem is that I'm on the oil pump down here, I am 1 tooth off. So I am going to have to pull the valve cover, set it at top dead center, check the distributor, pull the distributor. Got to do a lot of stuff to see if I can get this thing right. I think I'm 1 tooth off on the oil pump here. Pulled the valve cover off. Looks nice and clean. I'm going to go ahead and pull the #1 spark plug out. Okay, so I've got my rotor pointed at #1, which is this one here, #1 cylinder. I've got the key up top here. I've got a little dimple here right at 3 o'clock. And I've got the most important thing, I've painted it red down there. That is top dead center on the crankshaft, on the compression stroke. So theoretically, I should be able to pull this out, distributor, the oil pump out, and line everything back up. Okay, I think I see the problem. So if you look down here, according to the manual, it says that that little, let's see if I can show you in there, that half moon should be pointed at 11 o'clock. It's about 1 o'clock. It's kind of hard to see in there. So let me show you over here in the manual, Chilton manual. So in the Chilton manual, it says that this should be at about 11 o'clock. Mine is actually about 1 o'clock. So I think I need to pull it out and turn it to the left a little bit. Let's try it. Okay, I've got the bolts out of the oil pump, and we're going to slowly pull this off here. Let it drain. And this is the culprit right here. Come on out. Right here. This thing I think was off a couple of teeth. So let me show you what we got to do. Okay, so the manual says there's this little punch mark right here. That needs to line up with this oil hole right here. So when it goes in, this thing is at 11 o'clock. So all of those factors have to be aligned perfectly before this timing thing will work, I hope. And before you install it, you need to put a little bit of oil in the pump to prime it. Everything aligned, I'm going to slowly enter it into its little chamber. Okay, now instead of being at like 1 o'clock, it is now at approximately 11 o'clock, which is what the service manual says. I know it's hard to see there, but we're going to put it together and try this. Okay, we're about to, it's all buttoned back up. We're about to see if I can get this thing in time now that I've changed the teeth or adjusted the teeth. Let's see what we got. Okay, motor is running so smooth, very quiet. I know it online or on the video it's hard to tell. I got some oil burning off the back where I spilt it. But other than that, she is ready to start putting everything back together. The motor seems to be perfect. I'm not gonna lie, this engine is making me pull my hair out, but I think I got it all dialed in, and I'm ready to start on the cosmetics and the suspension on this thing. So let's recap. In case you have the same problem, you change the timing chain, you put a new oil pump, you take the distributor out, one of those things, and it just doesn't run right, or you can't get it timed properly. So let me recap what I did. You're gonna need a timing light. You can't do this job without it. I suggest getting a repair manual, this Chilton book. If you get this Chilton book, 52502, look on 3-25, and it will tell you exactly how to line it up. So what I had to do was I had to take the oil pump, I pulled it off. Actually, before I did that, I pulled the distributor out, and as you saw in the video, it was not at 11 o'clock. This says it's got to be at the 11 o'clock position right here. Mine was at 1. And what that tells me is that this oil pump gear right here was off just a couple of tooths. So I pulled the oil pump back out, and I aligned it as you saw in the video, and I put it back in. And before I put my distributor in, I made sure it was at this 11 o'clock. And sure enough, that's exactly what the problem was. I reused my oil pump gasket because I had just put it on, but you might want to get yourself an extra oil pump gasket just in case. They're like $1. So I hope this helps you. If you come into the same problem that I did, change the timing chain or even oil pump or distributor on one of these K24E Nissan motors in a hard body or other vehicle, and you just can't get it to run or time right, your problem might be this. So I hope this helps somebody out. You'll have a great day.